大家好，如果你想快速的学中文，请继续看这个视频。
Greetings, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. Today we are talking about something we know a lot of you are curious about: how we learn Chinese.
Yep, we've been living here for a while now, and let's say the language has definitely been a journey for both of us, So we want to share some tips and our experience with you guys today.
Yes, learning Chinese hasn't been easy, but it's been so worth it. We are telling you how we managed to get by, our favorite methods, and what we wish you knew at the beginning.
Yeah. So if we are trying to learn Chinese or even just curious about it, then what? Stick around because we are going to get real about our experiences and offer you some tips that work for us. It's always about our experience, Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk why learning Chinese is so important.
Yeah.
First things first, why we decide to really focus on learning Chinese. Well, for us, living in China means interacting with locals on a daily basis.
Me too.
And while many people speak some English, we realized pretty quickly that speaking Chinese would make our lives so much easier and more fulfilling.
The Chinese will say 就是. Yeah, exactly. We wanted to feel connected, to the culture, make friends if possible, and truly embrace our life here. Plus, it's an amazing feeling when you can hold a conversation in Chinese, or even just like ordering like food, or just asking just directions.
Yes, and let's be real, it also helps to avoid those awkward situations when you are not sure what someone is saying to you.
Yeah. You'll be like, huh? 他说啥子啊？他说啥？
听不懂. It will be so awkward.
Yeah. So what? How do we learn Chinese? So it's like this. We didn't stick to just one method like of learning. We tried a few different things to see what worked best for us.
Yes. First up, let's talk about language apps or some places you can learn.
Yeah.
I came to study the Chinese language, but he learned it himself. So you can use Hello Chinese, Pleco, or even YouTube videos. They are really helpful for beginners because they introduce you to basic vocabularies and simple sentence structures. And you can also listen to some podcasts.
Yeah. It played a huge role in the way I learned my Chinese. And the good thing about these apps, like they are super interactive. Just consider YouTube like this. And then you can also listen to some pronunciations. You repeat the sentences, and even you can track your progress. But let's be honest, while these apps are just for the vocabulary basis and just the simple phrases, the conversation in real life is different.
Yes, that's why we also started watching Chinese dramas and listening to Chinese music as well. It may sound casual, but trust me, it really helped with understanding the rhythms of the language and getting used to pronunciation.
Definitely, it's useful, And another thing like we did was we keep a language journal, Yeah, like we will write down some new words or even some phrases, we had learned during the day, or even make sure that what we learn, how can we use them in some sentences.
Yes.
Yeah.
This really helped reinforce what we were learning and made it feel more practical. Writing things down solidified the words in our memory.
Yeah.
Yes, I still do write Chinese characters.
Yeah, just a lot, man. You can't just learn just do in a day. And one more one of most of the fun things we did was we practiced speaking with the locals. It's not always perfect, but getting out there and speaking even just some few basic words like we said before, even like hello, shishe, bukechi, they make big differences. Yeah.
Okay, alright. Now let's get real for a second. Learning Chinese is tough. There are so many tones to master, and it's hard to distinguish between words that sound similar but mean totally different with just different tones.
Man, the tones play a huge challenge, a huge role. For example, I remember trying to say ma, but then I accidentally say ma, which is like horse. It was a big moment of realization that I realized that the pronunciation is everything.
And also there is the writing.
Yeah.
Chinese characters are nothing like the alphabets we used to write. It took me so long to learn the basic ones and also memorizing the characters.
Yeah, but honestly, we just kept going, with the progress we saw over time, and every little victory we were like, yeah, we are getting it.
Yes. Now let's talk about our top tips for learning Chinese language.
You start or I start?
You start.
Yeah, okay, so tip number 1 would be what? Start with the basics, as we always said. We also mentioned it in our previous video. Leave a link right here. You can just focus on learning the common phrases, essential like vocabularies and the correct pronunciations from the start, So don't try to dive into complex sentences on your early stage of learning to confuse you.
Tip number 2, practice every day. Even if it's just like 10 to 15 minutes, consistency is the key. You won't see big progress overnight, but those small moments will definitely add up.
Yeah. This sanger, Don't be afraid to make mistakes, We were nervous about speaking at the first time, but the more we practice with the locals, the better we get, Mistakes are part of learning progress. So let's go out there.
Tip number 4, use immersion. Watch Chinese movies and if possible listen to Chinese songs. And it helps you become familiar with the language naturally.
Yeah, it does. And finally, enjoy the journey. Chinese is tough. I won't lie to you. Yeah, it's tough. But it's also fun when you are learning. So you just try to get to it. Get to your progress. Celebrate. No matter how small it is. You can do it.
Yes, learning Chinese has definitely been a challenge, but also an amazing experience. It has brought us closer to the culture and made life in China so much richer and easier.
Yeah, man, it has. So if you are starting or thinking about learning Chinese, remember to keep one step at a time and enjoy the ride.
We hope these tips helped, and if you have any more questions about learning Chinese or living in China, drop them in the comment section below.
Yeah, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update from us.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
我希望通过这个视频能帮到很多想学中文的 Good luck, good luck in your Chinese learning.
今天的视频到这里，下次见。
下次见。